Guys, welcome back to SoCal Watch Reviews. My name is Miguel. Today we're giving away a watch, so stick around to the end of the video so I can tell you how to get it. Can a watch that costs less than $250 actually give you the fit, the finish, specs, and personality that we normally expect from a much more expensive dive watch? And what if I told you that by the end of this video, one of you is going to have a chance to own this watch? Today we're taking a look at the Wishdoit Vortex Compressor Automatic Diver. And yes, this is a review, but it's also a giveaway, so make sure you stick around until the end because I'll let you know exactly how you can enter. Now, one thing I've really liked about Wishdoit as a company lately is that they're starting to bring more traditional watch designs into their collection, and honestly, I think that's a great move. We've seen a lot of their more aggressive arm-style designs, but watches like this Vortex feel much more familiar to the average watch collector, and more importantly, I think the quality and proportions are getting much better. The first thing that caught my attention with the Vortex was the size. We're looking at a 39mm stainless steel case, just 12.2mm stick with a 46.4mm lug-to-lug and 20mm lugs, and on my 6 7/8 inch wrist, this thing wears really well. It doesn't overhang my wrist, it's comfortable, it's light, and it has that compact sports watch feel that I personally really enjoy. The watch only weighs 74.7 grams, so even though you're getting a 150 meter water resistance diver, it doesn't feel heavy or cumbersome. The case finishing is also pretty impressive for the price. You get mostly brushing throughout the case with some polished surfaces around the bezel, and I think the overall execution makes this watch look considerably more expensive than what it actually costs. And speaking of expensive, the price is $249. That's where this watch starts getting really interesting. This particular color is the Mystic Purple, and I absolutely love it. The texture of the dial gives it some visual depth, and Wishdoit offers several different colors, but this purple immediately spoke to me. Now, this is a compressor style diver, so instead of the traditional external rotating dive bezel, you have an internal rotating bezel underneath the sapphire crystal. The crown at 2 o'clock operates that internal bezel, while the crown at 4 o'clock controls the movement and time setting. And I'll be honest with you, I've never been the biggest fan of internal bezels. I'm a sucker for dive watches, but give me a traditional rotating bezel almost every time. I also feel like the compressor style crowns can be easier to accidentally interact with. If you're actually timing something underwater, that's something I would personally keep in mind. But aesthetically, I think it works really well on this watch. And then we get to one of my favorite parts, the lume. This lume is absolutely insane. Wishdoit is using BGW9, and the raised 3-dimensional markers and hands are filled with luminous material. When you charge this thing up, it produces this really intense ice blue glow, and it gives the watch an entirely different personality in the dark. For a watch of this price, I honestly didn't expect the lume to be this impressive. Inside, you're getting a Miyota automatic mechanical movement. Wishdoit doesn't specify the exact Miyota caliber, but they do list a 42-hour power reserve and a frequency of 21,600 vibrations per hour, and honestly, I'm completely fine with the choice. Miyota movements have a reputation for being reliable, serviceable, and easy to find parts for, and for an affordable everyday diver, that's exactly the kind of movement I want to see. The 20mm rubber strap is another highlight. It's comfortable, matches the sporty character of the watch, and comes with a sign pin buckle. And then you flip the watch over and get something I think is really clever. There's a diver's helmet incorporated into the display case back, and through the helmet you can actually see the movement. That's the kind of little design details I appreciate because it gives the watch some personality instead of just putting some generic exhibition case back on it. Now for the dislikes, I do have a couple things I would change. First, the 4:30 date window. For me, this watch will look even better without a date. I think the dial is strong enough on its own, and removing that date window would make the design even cleaner. And while the rubber strap is comfortable, I think Wishdoit could continue improving the small finishing details, but these are minor complaints considering what you're getting. And that's really the bigger story here. You don't have to spend a fortune to have fun with watches. For $249, you're getting a 39mm stainless steel case, sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance, an automatic Miyota caliber, 20mm lugs, great proportions, an incredibly comfortable strap, and some of the best lube I've seen at this price point. And unlike so many watches in this price range, this doesn't feel like a carbon copy of something else. It has its own personality, and that's why I think this is such a fun watch. So, can a sub $250 watch actually deliver the fit, finishing specs, and personality of a much more expensive dive watch? I think the Wishdoit Vortex proves that it absolutely can. Remember, watch collecting doesn't have to be expensive. You can have fun at every price point. And now, one of you is going to get to experience it for yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button. So, how to enter the giveaway? Okay, leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite dive watch is, and I'll pick that comment at random. Give me about a week after the video's been released. Also, I got another cool giveaway coming up. It's not a watch, it's watch related. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that giveaway. As always, be safe out there and stay humble.